What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a suburban house. This is the 59th installment of Suburban House, and also I cannot believe this video is 45 minutes. It did not feel like 45 minutes. My first 3 tutorials this year have all been 40 minutes or longer. How long was Aldi? Wait a sec. Give me like 10 seconds. 43 minutes or longer, because Aldi was 43 minutes and 14 seconds, which is insane. That's three very long tutorials to start the year. So yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial. Alrighty, so these basically for this is a 32 by 26. Also, that intro probably got cut out, but I don't feel like we're doing it. And the materials we're needing to start off are brick block, birchwood planks. Never would have guessed for a suburban house. They seem to always be the exact same materials, and usually no more. Smooth quartz blocks, black stained glass panes. Oh boy, this is not gonna be fun. Now we'll figure it out. Pillar quartz blocks. It's just too many materials most of the time. Tripwire hook. Birch door, yeah. Spruce wood planks, and we'll go with, I'm pretty sure there's something big I'm missing. Spruce wood stairs we'll go with. You also need birch fence, smooth quartz slabs, deep slate brick slabs, deep slate brick blocks. And I think that's it. But do not quote me on that, because half the time I'm wrong. Starting from the left-hand corner of your 32 by 26 grid golf cart, if you admit it, you want to count backward diagonally to the right by 1, and going right, you want to place 6 brick blocks. Ah, frick. There we go. Then go back with 5. Right with 6. And we're actually going to stop there for a sec. So you have this fancy-looking S thing, which actually, that's pretty symmetrical. That's 1 block longer. It's actually 6 total, and then 7 total, which is completely random. But we're stopping here because the next section's brick, and I want to just place a row of birch on top of this. Just like this. We could have marked the other part with spruce, or we could have marked it with birch. That would have been an interesting concept. And then what you want to do is you want to go left to right on top of this, and you want to place a birch plank, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes. What? Oh, never mind. Smooth quartz block, birchwood plank. Then go back with 5 birchwood planks. Right with a birch plank. Right with a smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass pins, smooth quartz block, and a birch plank. I saw there were 2 blocks, and I was like, wait, that's not right, but the smooth quartz block, I'm dumb. You're then going to want to copy that little row one more time. We might, voice crack, we might build a set, and now we're going to move on, because the section's dumb. Actually, yeah, let's place 3 rows of birch on top of that whole thing. 3. Usually it's 4, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's even 2. It shouldn't be 1, though. 1 is a modern house thing when I'm trying to make it intricate and ignoring the inside, because, yeah, that's just what I do. But yeah, just like that. Now we have some height. That looks really dumb. I don't know why. That looks extremely dumb. You then want to essentially copy your pattern on the bottom and the top, so left to right, birch plank, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, birch plank, oopsies, back with 5, right with 1, then smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, and a birch plank. Copy that row one more time, or section, or whatever else you might consider calling it. I'm gonna just stick with row, probably, because that seems easiest, or whatever. Row or section is always what I'm gonna stick with. And you want to place a row of birch on top of that. So that's the total height of your house, in case you were curious, minus the roof, which nobody asked, but, and the chimney, I guess. But, yeah, there you go. That's not gonna be relevant for a while, but, yeah. It's easier to just build up section by section, I think. I don't know. The thing with me is I don't plan these out a ton. Sometimes I will have very intricate plans, which is specifically for insides. But, like, for this, I just kind of build however I think works easiest for me to comprehend, and this happens to be that way. Anyways, come to the right side of this weird fancy S thing, or Z, or whatever other letter of the alphabet it might be, or symbol, or whatever, I don't know. But you want to, from this right side, you want to go 4 diagonally to the right with a brick block. Bring it right 1. Place a spruce wood plank and 2 brick blocks. Bring each brick block up with, what's the number? 6 brick blocks each. There's no window on the bottom floor here. This is the door. And then on the spruce wood plank, you want to place a birch door and then 4 brick blocks moving up. Just like that. So that should give you a flat top and whatever else this is. Now, okay, so this is a weird thing, and you're gonna see why. But you want to place going left or right to left on top of that does not matter. I'm trying to start both those sentences at once. And you want to place a brick block, 3 black stained glass panes, and a brick block. Copy that row 2 more times. I'm gonna have probably a lot of those small errors that are just verbal errors or thinking errors. I'm tired. Don't judge me. And then on top of each black stained glass pane and only the panes, you want to place an additional brick block. So this is gonna leave out the corners, and it's gonna give you that wasn't intentional. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, that's probably good for your sanity. Yeah, that's gonna give you this guy. Because the corners are part of the roof. I pushed the roof a half a block lower than I normally would for that top section for other reasons. You'll see why it worked that way later. I'll talk about it once we get there, why I did it, just so you can understand why I did it. And yeah, I was gonna do a full block, but that's hard. That's actually harder than half a block. Half a block works out pretty nicely. So from the right side of this, you want to go back diagonally to the right with a brick block and bring it right by 5. So you can go an additional block, but that additional block is part of the garage, and that has a different set of numbers to it. So I'm going to ignore that for now and pretend like it doesn't exist, because that always solves your problems. What you want to do is you want to place a row of brick on top of the row of birch. So sarcastic, by the way. Going left or right to left on top of that row of birch. Does not matter. You want to place a birch plank, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, and a birch plank. Copy that row 1 more time. And place 3 rows of birch wood planks on top of that. I've been a lot more sarcastic in my tutorials recently, which I guess is a good thing, because I don't know. Going left to right to left on top of that does not matter. You want to place a birch plank, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, and a birch plank. Copy that row 1 more time. I guess I'm sarcastic when I'm delirious, I don't know. And then place a row of birch on top of that. But like, seriously, winter break was the worst thing ever, because it made my sleep schedule so bad that I haven't been able to sleep properly this week, so I'm just tired. But yeah, hell, well. What you want to do is you want to take the far right brick block here, and you want to bring it forward with 5 brick blocks. I'm probably going to sneeze. Sorry. I warned you, at least. You want to bring that front brick block left by 6. Then bring it left with 3 spruce wood stairs, and I believe 7 brick blocks. Yeah, I was going to say 6, but it's 7. What you want to do now is you want to fill in this middle section thing here and along the floor with spruce wood planks, and that shall be your porch floor. We're not going to add the railings as well. We frankly don't have that material yet, and we're probably not going to have it for a while, so we're just going to leave this flat thing here. You could totally leave it like that. I don't think that's smart, but, I mean, it's not dumb, but I don't think that that is an ideal look. If you're going to add a porch without a roof, make it a small porch. Like, make it like the one on the back, which I'm going to build, something like that, or maybe a little bit larger. Or you could even do a roof on that one. Just kind of be wary of how you are doing it and whether or not you do want to actually add a roof. Although, like, something like this, I wouldn't not add a roof for unless it's in the back, because patios, but you don't typically see a big front porch that doesn't have a roof over it. Back deck or back deck and stuff, but not front deck. That doesn't. I've never seen a front deck. I mean, I'm sure they exist. I'm sure you could find one, but I've never really seen one. Porch roofs are just iconic. I don't know. Not really. But you want to take this brick block. Okay, so you want to take this, like, corner brick block. The one we brought forward by 5. Remember that one? This guy? The one that has a wall on top of it. That helps. You want to bring it right with a brick block. Then bring that brick block back diagonally to the right with a sideways pillar quartz block. Bring that guy right by 4. And then right with a brick block. Bring that brick block forward by 1 and also backward by 13. And then bring this back corner left by, what is that number? I can't really count. 5. 5? That feels 6, sorry. Is it, wait, is it 6? I'm pretty sure it should be 6. Yeah, okay, sorry, I had that in my grid off by a block. I'm not going to fix it because I don't really care. But what you want to do is you essentially want to copy that row 2 more times, except instead of placing brick blocks, you want to place birchwood planks. So pillar quartz is brought up with pillar quartz, brick is up with... Or you could just do that, yeah. Pillar quartz up with 2, each sideways pillar quartz block up with 2 sideways pillar quartz blocks, and then each birch plank up with 2, or each brick block up with 2 birch planks. Make sure you leave the front porch brick blocks alone here, all these. But this one is part of the garage. It has there's some weird things going on here. I tried to go back to, like, a more vintage type house. I originally actually was gonna bring this wall across on top of the garage, but I didn't like the way that looked. So I pushed it back, and it made it look sort of better. You could totally remove that section entirely. I actually don't think that'd be a bad idea. And then add maybe the chimney on the right side. I feel like usually I see the chimney, no, okay, because I think how it is, I'm like 80% positive this is how it is. On houses where the garage is on the right side, the chimney's on the right side. Where garages, where they're on the left side, the chimney's on the left side. I think it's usually on the same side as the garage. Don't quote me on that. That is, I think, how it is, at least from what I've seen. But I'm not sure. Because my chimney is to the right of my... It's like, my chimney would be, like, here on my house. Like, about here. Then, anyways, what you want to do is you want to bring each birch plank up with an additional birch plank, and also connect them together across above these sideways pillar quartz blocks, which should give you this. You can also place an upside down birchwood slab or upside down birchwood stair in either top corner to give you a little bit more shape. I think that is a smart thing to do. I personally think it makes it look better. Also, what was the thing that I did the 3-block garages for and that I did that? What building was that? Was it a suburban house? Wait, was it that suburban house? I feel like that one, I don't know. But it happened, that's all I know. Also on the bottom of the garage, you want to place a tripwire hook on the bottom, middle, sideways pillar quartz block, just like that. Sometimes I do that. I correct myself when I wasn't even making a mistake with the way I was saying the sentence, and I don't understand it. But what you want to do now is you want to essentially be at the front still, and you want to come to the top right-hand corner of your top floor, which is this block. I'm going to place what's something we haven't really used a ton, a spruce wood plank on the block that I am talking about. So you can see where it is. Come to that block, and you want to bring it back on the right side by, hang on, I have notes for this one, 4, with birch. This is all going to be with birch, by the way. Right with 6. Also, if you want to build it the block below the window instead, you can, or in line with directly below this window, you can. That's going to just make it so you're building up instead of down after. Then bring that back with 8. Left with 6. Back with 4, and then that should get you overhanging the back of the garage by 2, which we're going to leave alone for now. But yeah, that's that. There's essentially the shape of your house. You can see how it's going to form up at the back there because of, well, the grid. And yeah, that's basically it. So, what you want to do is you want to come to the underside and you want to place a row moving below. So place moving back your 4 birch planks, then right with a birch plank, then a smooth quartz block, then 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, so you can see where that window is, and then the rest of this row wants to be birch. We're moving down, by the way. I know that's kind of weird. And then you want to copy that row one more time. If you want to, again, if you wanted to build up, you could have. I did talk about that with the row below, because you do want to, once you have copied that row, moving down one more time. That sounds weird. You want to place a row of birch below that, and that's going to essentially give you most of the area that we need filled in. Some of it is not quite right, but that's okay. We'll worry about that later. But yeah, now you can really see how it's going to form out. You can remove the section if you want, just make that a flat wall, and maybe add a window or two. I don't know if I'd advise it. Maybe on the back, like back right corner. That seems to be an area where a window would look good. Or okay. But it is up to you how you want to split that up. I don't know how I want to do this. Okay, come to the back really quick. We're going to go to the back, and then we're going to go to the front left, and then build around from there, because I just want to do that. You want to take, we'll say all these back birch planks here, these 4, you can see them. You want to bring each birch plank all the way down to the ground with birch, except once you're 1 block away from the floor, you want to place a row of brick. You don't have to do the 2 inner, or the 2 most forward ones. The 2 back ones you do need, though. So you can see that grid was a block off. I'm lucky I caught that, because that could have been bad, but I probably would have caught it anyways once we did this, because I would have like, wait a minute, that's a block off. And I would have figured it out. But I am lucky that I just measured, because I was like, wait a minute, it feels like wrong. 5 is not quite the number that I need. But now you want to move to your front left. Again, I know this is dumb, but that's how I want to do it. So, yeah, I just think it's going to be easier if we have one little section to work on, rather than, like, one section that's crammed in between 2 others, essentially. Actually, looking at it, it probably wouldn't have made that much of a difference, because we could have just brought that across and then gone around, but whatever. But you want to take this bottom brick block here at the left side back by 23. Right by 5, and forward 1. Nice old sort of 7 looking thing, I don't know. You then want to place a row of birch on top of that. Thank you for that, phone. I really appreciated that. And then moving front to back. I don't actually think I know this number, do I? No, I can. No, but I can figure it out. 5, 6. You want to place moving front to back 18 birch planks. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass panes. Smooth quartz block. Birch plank. Then move right with a smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass panes. Smooth quartz block, birch plank, and then you can go forward by 1. You then want to copy that row one more time. By the way, if you ever want to add like smaller windows or something above doors or something like that, you totally can. I was thinking like, I don't know if you wanted to like here or something have like a window like that, you could. Just be wary where your ceiling is going to be, because your ceiling would be in line with that, so half the window would be blocked. Because the floor would be here, and then you'd probably have half what I would do is half slabs for the ceiling, because those always work well. But yeah, it's up to you. Then you want to place 3 rows of birch on top of that. Did I miss? Never mind. It looked like I missed the panes. It looked like they just weren't there. I think I just had a really weird angle, and it happened to look so ever so perfect that they didn't exist, but they did. Then what you want to do is the next row up, moving front to back. You want to place 4 birch planks, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, 10 birch planks, smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, birch planks, then go right with the smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass panes, smooth quartz block, birch plank, and then bring it forward 1. Copy that row one more time. Just like that. I thought I was gonna misplace that, but I didn't, so that's great. And then what you are going to do is you want to place a single row of birch wood planks on top of that, or I guess a little like weird shaped thing. Kind of looks like a upside down hook. That thing in general looks kind of like a weird shape. I haven't done something like that in a while though, where a section sticks out more, and I was like, I was thinking about, I'd say still one of my favorite suburban houses to this day. One of the first ones too. I think it was like the 3rd or something. Or the 4th. It was in the first 10 or 15. That was one of my favorites, and that had a section like this. It was like that, and then it went in, and then it went straight across, and then I think the back and left and right were all flat. And that was also where what I was trying to do with the garage, and I don't know how I like that on that, but not on this. Anyways, now we have one section left, and we're done the walls, which is the easy part. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say any of this is really easy. I mean, it's not hard, but it's not easy either. Really, anything's easy if you understand enough, and anything's hard if you don't. I guess that's a good way to put it. Anyways, come to the back, and you want to orient yourself as if the back were the front. So the garage side is the left side. The other side is the right side. And then the brick section would be directly in front of you if you're standing where I'm standing, and you're in line with a door, which is also going to be where the door is in the back. Spoiler alert. But you want to take the brick block here at the left, close to the garage side, and you want to bring it right by, what is that number? 7. Then bring it right with the spruce wood plank, and then I think it's 8 brick blocks. Yes. Just like that. I should probably be looking at the back while I do this. That'd be a good idea. You want to place a birch plank on top of every brick block, and then you want to place a birch door on top of the spruce wood plank. While we're actually dealing with that, you can bring that spruce wood plank towards you by 1 with another plank, and then a spruce wood stair. Bring the stair and the plank each left and right with a brick block each. Now, going left to right on the next row up, you want to place, what is that number? I can't tell. I should just be able to get 7 birchwood planks. Skip over the door. 1 more birchwood plank. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass panes. Smooth quartz block and 3 birch planks. Oopsies. Copy that row one more time, except you want to place a birchwood plank above the door. Is that 10 again? No, it's not. Of course it's 9. It's a total of 10, though. I guess that counts for something. Then what you want to do is you want to place 3 additional rows of birchwood planks on top of that. Also, something I wanted to mention, which it wasn't actually relevant, but this total row right here is 17. I'm probably going to do that for a lot of suburban houses now. Have, like, the main section 17 back. That section is 24 because it's different. That seems to be the golden number for the roof to be good, at least in my opinion. And, yeah, if you want to change it, you can change it. I don't really care. But I'd say 17 is probably your best number, and then you could even do something fancy. I don't know. But, yeah, just gonna throw that out there. So what you then want to do is you want to go left to right on the next row up, and you want to place a smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass panes. Smooth quartz block. 2 birch planks. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass panes. Smooth quartz block. Birchwood plank. Smooth quartz block. 2 black stained glass panes. Smooth quartz block and a birchwood plank. You cannot actually get those 2 lined up, can you? Without having an issue of some. So no, you could. Oh no, they are lined up. Never mind. And then you want to copy that row one more time. Moving up. It's always gonna be up unless I specify otherwise. Cough, cough, that section. And then you want to place a row of birchwood planks on top of that. Sometimes it's usually gonna be. Yeah, I'll specify on the interiors if it's weird or whatever. So I believe now you are done with everything except for your birchwood planks. I don't think you need the brick block anymore, but let me check. No, yeah, you don't. You're done with the brick. So you can clear inventory. You also need the smooth quartz blocks, actually. But clear inventory of everything and get back out your birchwood planks or just leave them there. Get out your smooth quartz blocks again if you also wanted to leave those there. Smooth quartz slabs. That's actually why I picked those two first, so if you already had them. Deep slate bricks. Deep slate brick slabs. Again, I'm always talking loud in these. It's a thing. And I think birch fence. No, that's not it. Birch fence, stone bricks. Stone brick stairs and smooth stone slabs. I already need to go to a point where I realize I'm talking loud, and I need to see how loud it actually is. I'm curious. It could still be very quiet. I don't know how my mic picks stuff up, which I should probably get in more knowledge of, because that's an important thing to know. So on top of every brick block that's along the floor that has not been touched yet, you want to place a birch fence on top of. Don't forget about the little balcony or the thing at the back, the deck, whatever you want to call it, the little like 2x3 thing, or 3x2. Whatever you want to call it. Really, it's the front that we're concerned about, though. You could not do the back. It doesn't really matter. But the front does. Because then what you want to do is you want to take the far... So we're splitting this into two different sections. The right angle one and the straight one, which they're both actually straight. But, you want to take the far left and the far right birch fence on each of these sections, and you want to bring it up by 2. And then the back one, you want to bring up on the right side by, I think, is it 3? I want to say it's 3. It is 3, yeah, cool. That's going to create something a little bit weird, which we'll get to later once we're worried about that, which we're not right now. So, if we're not worried about it, we should not worry about it. Okay. You want to place a smooth quartz slab on top of each fronter birch fence, because that's a word that's sticking up like that. And actually kind of looks fancy. I like that. You then want to connect all of them together across the front. Not with weird zigzags or... I mean, you could. I don't care, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then at the right side, you want to go back with a smooth quartz block. Upside down smooth quartz slab. Up with a smooth quartz slab. Back with a smooth quartz block. Back with an upside down smooth quartz slab, and then up with a smooth quartz slab. We're going to do this in a dumb way, and you'll see why. Well, actually, it isn't that dumb. It'll make sense once I explain why you did it this way. But you want to place, you want to essentially bring every single smooth quartz block or slab left with its respective deep slate brick material. I would do the upside down slabs just because I think that that's a good idea. And also, it does give you a little bit more shape. Unless you wanted to do the old classic thing, which I've tried. I've tried to do the, thing where you like wall off the side. I don't think it works as well. I think just doing it like this works a lot better. Granted, then you don't really have as much ability to add something like a lantern or whatever, but I do think that it looks a lot better. But then once you've done that, you want to come to the right side and have this upside down smooth quartz slab above the birch fence. You just want to place a normal smooth quartz slab below it. That's gonna give you this. I know it ruins your pattern, but it connects that, which one of the two things you're gonna have to sacrifice: the connection or the pattern. And I think the connection's the pattern is the better thing to suffer. Sorry, but yeah. So, what is the next order of business? The garage roof. That seems like something we should just do because it's gonna be dumb either way, no matter when we do it. So you want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs off the front top row of birch on the garage, and once they're overhanging the right side by 1, and also at the back you want to do the same thing. So it should give you this. Also, it's just gonna kind of run into the birch fence. That is kind of dumb, but also I don't know what to do about it. You could like replace that fence with this block or something, but I think it's just better to just have it cut it off. Because I'd assume that's how it would work in real life, but I don't know if there's a house that looks like this, and there's got to be somewhere, right? Like, there's millions of houses, yeah, millions of houses probably in the U.S., and because it's like a standard U.S. house, I'd say. Millions of houses like this in the U.S., come on, one of them's got to look like this. Well, I mean, it's different, though. Like, if you go, like, East Coast compared to West Coast, I feel like, at least from what I've seen, I've never been to the West Coast, so I wouldn't know. But it's a lot different in the West than it is in the East. This is like I'd say these are probably in the West, but not as like what's the word I'm looking for? as standard as they are in the East. But I'm not positive on that. I could be completely wrong. This could be in like Canada or something too. Canada would make sense. But yeah, what you want to do then is you want to bring either upside down smooth quartz slab in with another upside down smooth quartz slab. Then up with a smooth quartz slab. In with a smooth quartz block. In with an upside down smooth quartz slab. Up with a smooth quartz slab. In with a smooth quartz block, and you want to keep that pattern going until you reach your 1 block center, which I think is a full block. Yeah, it is a full block. Cool. Let's not do that. Yeah, just like that. We're gonna, just gonna think. Guess that wasn't obvious from how loudly I went, Anyways, what you want to do is you want to bring each block of this peak, each normal slab or block left with its respective deep set brick material. And if you see a spot where it is going to keep going till it hits the far left wall, place birchwood planks so it kind of covers that up. Because you don't want a gap here. You don't want your floor to be leaking, because that's bad. I don't know if that would. Nah, that'd be your. Actually, that would be your floor. Cool, I got something. Thank you for that. I really needed to know. Oh boy, that's not a great thing to read. It's not okay. That. And also here at the back, you have this whole row of birch here, but it's not bad. It's just like it's just dumb for my sleep schedule, you know? Because I was like, oh yeah, oh, never mind. That isn't as west. Okay, whatever. It's a hockey thing. Don't worry about it. Now this is where I have no idea what to do. Okay. Come to this little right section with the one window and the thing on the one on top of the garage. We're gonna do that because that one's the next easiest that I know how to do instantly. You want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs off the front and the back again, then overhang the right side. And they want to be in line with the top row again. And then at the right side, bring either upside down smooth quartz slab in with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, in with a smooth quartz block, in with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, in with a smooth quartz block, and then it's in with an upside down smooth quartz slab and up with a smooth quartz slab. Just like that. Now, we cannot bring this left yet because we do not have our marker, unless you want to. No, I'm gonna hold off on that, and you'll see why. It's gonna make it easier later to not do it. So, also, if you think you know how to do the rest of the roof, you can go ahead and do it. I don't care, obviously. I mean, I won't know. You could pretend like you totally did the whole thing on video, and I wouldn't know. I don't have evidence. But what you want to do is that the two little front one window sections that are essentially kind of near this brick block thing. This the middle brick block section, one left and right of it. You want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs along the top row, and on the right one, once you overhang the right by one. And at the back side, you want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs moving all the way along this back section, the long back section. Once you overhang the same right side by one, or it's the left from my perspective. Then, what you're gonna want to do is, my wrist cracked and that really hurts. That's probably not good. You want to bring either upside down smooth quartz slab in with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, in with a smooth quartz block. Seem familiar yet? In with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, in with a smooth quartz block, and then you want to keep that pattern moving to the middle until you, I believe, end with an upside down smooth quartz slab with a normal slab on top. I'm like 90, yeah, okay, cool, that is correct. Just like that. So you can see now we're starting to get markers done. We're actually moving right to left. That wasn't my intention with that. Should we keep doing that? Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds like an easy way to do it. So, you have this brick section with the corners missing. Place a deep slate brick block in either corner and bring said deep slate brick block right and left, each one out with a smooth quartz slab. That looks very strange. Bring either smooth quartz slab forward by one, then inward with a smooth quartz block, so towards the center peak. In with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, and then place a smooth quartz block in the middle. That should give you this. It is tight. It is very tight. Keep in mind, with the interior, you're going to have Some troubles with this, most likely. I mean, you could do a roof like this. I think that's what I would do. No, you can't do that. You'd probably have to do something like that. Some sort of curved roof. So keep in mind that if you do want to push it up by half block or a full block or whatever, do it. Now, full block would work, or another full block up from that would work nicely. Half a block would probably not. Because we did that on one of the suburban houses, if you watch that one, and it didn't work out very nicely. Which is why I didn't do it here. So then what you want to do is you want to take the far left smooth quartz, upside down smooth quartz slabs. You want to bring them forward or backward until they overhang the front/back section by one, the one that sticks out more. So just like that. Do not place the roof off the left, because we have to mark our taller peak at the right here on the left. So you want to bring the front birchwood plank here at the top at the left with an upside down smooth quartz slab. Bring that slab forward by 1 and back by 5. And then bring the back left-hand corner left with an upside down smooth quartz slab and bring that slab back 1 and forward 2. Just like that. Bring either inner upside down smooth quartz slab up with a smooth quartz slab. In with a smooth quartz block. In with an upside down smooth quartz slab. Up with a smooth quartz slab. In with a smooth quartz block, in with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, and you want to keep that pattern moving until you again reach your 1 block peak, and it should be at the same point as the taller right peak here, this one. So that is the max height of your build minus the chimney, because the chimney exists. And then we kind of forgot about these poor guys. The overhanging dudes at the front and the back at this section, the left section, you want to bring either slab in with an upside down smooth quartz slab, up with a smooth quartz slab, in with a smooth quartz block, in with an upside down smooth quartz slab, and up with a smooth quartz slab. Just like that. And then again on the back. Pretty straightforward. Now, I don't feel like explaining it, but I'm going to have to explain it because that's the whole part of the tutorial. But the main roof section, there's 4 points on it that all want to connect. So the connection is not that hard. I've gone over it before. Now, with this roof being half a block off this center brick one, it's a little bit different. So what I would do for that is I would bring either smooth quartz slab here, or at least the bottom ones, back with an additional smooth quartz slab, and then bring those smooth quartz slabs left or right with deep set brick slabs, and then either connect them forward or it'll just connect straight right. And then bring your deep set brick blocks all the way around the slabs, and they should connect to the deep set brick blocks on either side. So essentially the whole part of it is just wrapping around. So you can see these deep set brick blocks wrapped all the way around those slabs. These deep set brick slabs will wrap all the way around those blocks. And same with these. And then this is where it gets a little bit weird, because it'll connect forward, and then it'll be another row of slabs to the left of that, and then this back slab here will connect left, and then this peak here, or this side here, we'll just do the same thing. So, essentially, you're just connecting dots. It isn't too hard. It's just, so essentially this row of deep set brick blocks, you can see this is probably an easy one to example off. It's just a row across, and then a row of deep set brick blocks moving forward in the middle, and you can kind of see how the roof... Essentially, if you wanted to start with that might be an easy way to go about this. So, like, at the back, say, take the top peak here, and just bring these 2 deep set brick slabs back until you see that they are in line with this one, which it will connect to, and then these slabs will go all the way to the, whatever side this is, the right, and then you can kind of sort of see the shape that we want now a little bit better than you could with nothing. So essentially just the deep set brick blocks will connect, because then you're not like, okay, well, does this one go across or not? You kind of have an easy guide, and then obviously anything beyond the point of that guide is just east-west or north-south, whatever direction your house is facing, which isn't really the important thing here, but it's still relevant, I guess. And then once we do this roof, we're actually going to be pretty much done once we do this roof. Which is nice. I always enjoy finishing a tutorial. It's always satisfying. I've not done a modern house in this year. I can't believe it. Which doesn't say much. It's probably gonna be either what's the day of the today? I don't know. What is the day of the today? Yes. It's either gonna try the 11th or the 13th. The first one will be, ideally, unless I do another suburban house. Depending on how this one does. Which reminds me, suburban houses have done really well. I've noticed. Like they're slow starters, but they pick up quick, which is always interesting. So then what you're going to want to do is you want to find all of these little gaps and you want to fill them in with birchwood planks because no one wants to see into your attic. Now you're noticing we're doing this step before we're doing that right roof, and you'll see why once we get to the right side. Because I'm going to talk about it once I get over there and why we're doing it this way, because in case you're curious. Things like that, just little explanations of why you do things in certain orders can't always help. That's why I always try to explain that stuff. But I want to fill in this peak here. This one, I want to fill in the underside of it, so that way the roof below can just connect straight into it. Now, we made the mistake of... okay, we should have started with the deep slate bricks, and we should have marked out with those. This row, we should have marked out with this. And then that would have made it a lot easier, because then we could go straight under and not have to worry about the overhang getting in our way, which I'm like 80% positive it probably will. But yeah, so there you go. There's that one. Also, don't forget about this guy under here. And also, I would just kind of double check and make sure you do have no other gaps, which you shouldn't, unless you didn't fill in any of them around the porch, not the porch, the garage. Sorry. Yep, that's it. And then again, you want to bring this roof right or left. Sorry, with respect to deep slate brick materials. So I would actually mark it out along the wall. I think that's a better way to start. So you see, now you cannot get stuck under this overhang because you cannot fit in these gaps. That's a block, that's a block, that's a block, that's a block, that's a block. It's all a block. So if you start with that mark out, it's not too hard. You can kind of figure it out, or just look at my screen to see. Or your phone's, I guess it's technically your screen. Look at your screen displaying my screen. That's better. And then you can just connect point A to point B. And that's going to give you a pretty much finished product. It could be passed as a finished product. Chimneys aren't really needed. Also, another thing with that is, if you're doing chimneys, I'm gonna talk about this. If you're doing chimneys, there are two different types of chimneys, maybe three. Two that I know are common nowadays, and it's gas and is it gas? Wait, I think there's three. I think there's gas and electric. I think those are the two. There might be like actual firewood one, because I know you can do actual firewood in chimneys. That's kind of the point of them. They're called fireplaces. But so what you want to do is you want to come to your left side. I don't have it marked down on the floor. Some of you see me, you'll see how I figure this out. Just come to the top peak here, and you want to take it straight down and place an upside stone brick stair facing left. Bring it forward with an upside down brick stair facing forward, and also back with an upside down stone brick stair, sorry, facing back. Those are all stone brick stairs, not normal brick. So if you're doing a, it's not gonna matter. I just want to say this. It's not gonna matter. It's Minecraft. But if you were to say want to choose between the two, if you're doing an electric one, then just bring it up with like a couple of stone bricks, maybe like 4 or something, and then you could like add a little roof or something to it, like this, like that. That'd be essentially a gas, or sorry, electric chimney. But if it is a gas chimney, which is the ones that I always make, you want to bring the stone brick all the way up, and you're gonna hit your roof, and then you want to break through your roof and just kind of overhang it by like 2 or 3 blocks or whatever. I'm gonna do 1.5 because it's a half a block, and then bring each stone brick here at the top right with an additional stone brick, at least the ones that you need to, and you do have to break some blocks for that. Then place on either front block stone brick stair facing forward, either back block stone brick stair facing back, left block stair facing left, right block stair facing right, and then place a 2x3 smooth stone slabs on top of that. Just like that. Now, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Suburban house. The, what is it, like 59th, I think, installment complete. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, although you can't quote me on it, I guess. But it'll be said in the title and also the intro. But I think that's all. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.